G'day and welcome to Queensland Farmer. Well, today we're going to do some more regenerative agriculture type activities. We've got a dam which is being a little bit difficult for us. It's the one that we've had all the issues with so far. It's got some sodic soils there and it's very difficult to grow things there on top of that sodic soil base. So we've had soil there before, and in one section at least it looks like that soil's washed away. So we're going to re-establish that area today. We're going to get some other soil that I've got here over to that dam. But what we'll do before we get that there is we'll also get some bamboo in place, like you've seen on those previous projects we've done. That'll then prepare the bed for us to plant some grass, but also some other things, which is something new for our farm, and I hope you get something out of it. I'm actually dropping that soil on the secondary overflow from this dam. This is a primary overflow, so you can see the dam is down a bit, but this is where the water normally comes out and over the top. I'll try and keep some rocks over here. This will help slow the water down, break up the energy. You can see that we're certainly getting things growing in here, grasses and different plants. And this is where it gets to dirt. We really should have rock through here as well, I just haven't got there yet. If you look back this way, that's all the rock that's there. And that's 2 body trucks of rock. And that costs us about $800 per body truck. So it's about $1,600 worth of rock, plus to spread it. So it's not cheap, but gee, it does a good job. So we'll get to this when we can afford it. Once again, here's some kangaroo tracks. This one looks like a bigger roo. Stepped right into the mud there. Dirt here is designed just to keep the water from breaching that area, and it travels down to here into this grassy section. And this finds its way into, or at least towards the creek. We don't have cattle in here. We'll never have cattle in here. We really are trying to have this self-sustain. Much better for the environment and also much better for our pockets. There's another hole down there. Now, I'm not sure what's caused that. It looks like it might have been dug out a bit. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's either that or that sodic soil again. It seems to be somewhat of a curse. However, it's here, so we'll deal with it. The water sort of runs down here and then out around the corner. Well, that's one bucket, but obviously you're going to need a little bit more than that. Just an example here of what this Sodic soil does. You can see these big cracks opening up. What happens is water goes through those and it tends to do some tunnelling, which is a real problem because that's kind of how we almost lost the dam last time. So you can see that sort of white or light covered material on top. That's gypsum. And I've gone along and put gypsum down inside those holes as well. That helps combat the sodic soils, as I've covered in a previous video. So if you have a look here, there's some more cracks. And the other issue I'm going to try and get to is this area here did actually have topsoil on it. In fact, that's probably the topsoil down there. And now we're back to that sodic soil. Pretty much nothing's growing. So I'll put some bamboo across here, a couple of lengths of it, and then hopefully get a bit of soil in place and hopefully get something growing. And then when you have a look over the top here, it's really interesting, but it's the same idea or the same issue. Here's again some of those cracks opening up. There's some deep holes in there, so this is a bit of a worry. The rest of it seems okay. It wasn't too long ago when all of this was just bare dirt after the excavator had been in. It's really just this section through here that we're having this issue with. So if we can get some ground cover established, you can see what I'm saying about these sodic soils. Look at these big holes, the big cracks that are appearing. I really hope we've caught it in time so we don't need to bring that excavator back here and try again. Well, it's not all bad news. Remember that project we had a go at? Putting these sandbags in place and a bit of grass just out of the paddock. Hope you can see that grass. Some more there. And lots more there is appearing. Well, that's good news. We've only watered this once, but obviously it's retaining enough moisture through that organic matter with the rain that we have had just to expand that grass. In fact, look at this one here. This is looking great. And this was the latest one, where we used some bamboo. Even made up some bamboo stakes. And no, you can't eat them. As a reminder, that was kind of what it looked like before. Now it's on the other side of this wall is where the water is. Unfortunately, here's some more of these Sodic soils, and I haven't seen this one before either, so this is becoming a bit of a worry. Just give you an idea of how big they are. Here's a stick. So that's how deep that tunnel is. It starts up there and it looks like it's coming out here. But again, it's not all bad news. Here's some areas where the grass has certainly become much more established. This isn't exactly a dam, this is really just where water hangs out when we get rain. Eventually this does dry out. That's interesting. Just found not sure if you can see that. It's just there. It's a footprint from a dog or a fox or something. I don't think it's our dog. So probably a fox. I've seen one of those around lately. Let's hope he moves on. Now when things are going right, no water should actually get down to this area. The water out of the dam spills on the other side of that dam wall, and if there's a big event, it will spill just to the front of where the tractor is. But again, it'll go on the other side of this hill. The only time I've ever seen water up in here, apart from before the dam was redesigned, is when we had some flooding and the creek came up and it sort of pushed up into here. I can imagine lots of people thinking this would be a great place for a leaky weir. I've got their thoughts of doing that, but I just haven't got the time right now. But certainly there's an opportunity. Equally, a lot of people have said about the timber that we burn on the place, and I've gone back and said that we do actually have lots of timber, and the stuff we burn is really a very, very small proportion to what we've got laying around. And here's an example. I'm not in any hurry to clean this up. It's certainly catching, like it is here, it's catching the water, any water that does fall in here. It gets pushed up against these leaves, which is held in place by the sticks. It slows that water down, helps retain it here. Okay, well I better go and get another load of soil. And before I do, I'll just show you another track I've just found. I know this one. I'll use a stick to point this out, might be easier. So that bit there, that's a back foot of a kangaroo or a wallaby. It's only a little one. And that's the front feet or the hands, right around there. So no, We don't have any children here doing finger painting or anything like that. It's truly marvellous to see things like that. Even though I've seen them a million times before, it's still nice to see them. Okay, well, back to it. Righto, I think that should be enough for now. Well, we won't waste the bamboo. We'll use this to block any soil washing away underneath it. Okay, now for some soil. Well, that's what I was chasing. Really, this is just to replace the top soil that's there, which is that Sodic soil that nothing is growing in, with the medium that will grow. So we'll plant seed in this soon, and we'll get this area established. You can see that it's a little bit uneven. That's completely fine. I really just am after something that'll hold back the majority of this soil. Even if a little bit runs through it, that's fine. And eventually, once this is all seeded and we've got good grass growing here, like around this area should be stabilised, and hopefully this Sodic soil issue will go away. We're back here at the dam, and we're going to keep working on this Sodic soil issue. You may recall that we've had some soil put in here. The next stage of this project is to get some fertiliser and some seed. We're using something a little bit different this time. We're going to use some birdseed. That might sound a bit weird, but the reason we're doing it is we're trying to bring some diversity to this environment. After we put the seed down and the fertiliser down, we'll throw some mulch over it. Not too thick that it won't actually grow anything, but just to help keep it a little bit moist when we do get the rain. And then we'll monitor this. After we finish this bit, we'll head over to that spillway and we'll do the same thing over there. We'll see how we go. So that's come up okay. The other advantage to having the mulch over this area is that it will stop the birds taking the seed. We obviously want germination here, and once it germinates, the birds can take whatever they like. But just up until that point, the mulch should just stabilise that temperature, provide some coverage and help it stay moist until those seeds grow. Anyway, on to the second spillway.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight.
Okay, well, the job's done. I think this has come up okay. Normally I'd have mulch a lot thicker than this, but that's usually to stop weeds growing. In this case, I want things to grow. So it's just a light covering, just to help keep everything moist, save those seeds from being stolen by the birds and anything else. And watch how this experiment unfolds. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so you can keep updated on what happens with this experiment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.